At 18, he had no home, no money, no one waiting for him. At 28, he was signing million-dollar deals. This is not a movie. This is the story of a boy who refused to give up on himself. And before this video ends, you might see your own life differently. His name was Daniel. He grew up in a small town in America. Nothing special, just a normal family trying to survive. His father worked long hours in a factory. His mother did part-time jobs. Money was always tight. Tension was always high. Daniel was not a bad kid, but he had big dreams. He didn't want to work in a factory forever. He wanted to build something of his own, a business, a company, a different life. But dreams sound foolish to people who are tired of struggling. One night, after a long argument about his future, his father shouted, "If you think you're so smart, go build your own life, but don't do it under my roof." Daniel thought it was just anger. It wasn't. That night, at 18 years old, he packed a small bag, a few clothes, an old phone, $30 in his pocket, and he walked out. No plan, no backup, just silence. The first night was the hardest. He sat on a cold park bench. Cars passed by. People walked their dogs. No one noticed him. He looked at the sky and asked himself, how did my life change so fast? He didn't sleep much. The next morning, reality hit him. He was homeless. For the first few weeks, he stayed at a cheap shelter. Sometimes, when it was full, he slept in his old car. He searched for jobs every day. Many places rejected him. Finally, he got a job at a small fast food restaurant. Long hours, low pay. He cleaned tables, washed dishes, smiled at rude customers. Some nights he cried quietly in his car, not because of the work, but because of the doubt. Maybe they were right. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I should just give up. Have you ever felt that way? When life hits you so hard that even breathing feels heavy? Daniel felt that every single day. But something inside him refused to die. One evening, after work, he walked into a public library. Not to read for fun, not to relax. He just needed warmth. But that place changed his life. He started reading books about business, about mindset, about people who started from nothing. He read about men and women who failed again and again, but never stopped. One line stayed in his mind: your current situation is not your final destination. He read that line again and again. That night, sitting alone at a small table, he made a decision. If I'm going to suffer, I will suffer while building my future. From that day, everything changed. Second month, nothing. Third month, one client. And that client didn't even pay on time. He felt embarrassed. His old friends laughed. "You left your house for this?" Even his father sent him a short message. "Hope you're doing better." It didn't feel like care. It felt like doubt. One rainy night, sitting inside his car, Daniel broke down. He put his head on the steering wheel. Maybe this dream is too big for me. That was the lowest point. No money left, rent overdue, fear everywhere. This was the moment where most people quit. But instead of quitting, he made one phone call to himself. Not on the phone, in his heart. He said, "If I stop now, I will always wonder what could have happened." The next morning, he changed his strategy. He improved his skills. He studied his mistakes. He reached out to more businesses. He offered value before asking for money. Slowly, one client turned into two. Two turned into five. Five turned into 10. Within a year, he was earning more than he ever had. He moved into a small apartment. Nothing fancy, but it was his. 3 years later, he hired his first employee. 5 years later, he had a small team. At 28, 10 years after sleeping on that park bench, Daniel became the CEO of his own growing company. He signed contracts worth more than his father made in 5 years. And one day, he did something he had dreamed about. He bought a house, not for himself, for his parents. When he handed the keys to his father, there were no big speeches, just silence and tears. His father hugged him and whispered, "I was wrong." Daniel's life did not change in one night. It changed the day he decided not to quit. He was not the smartest, not the richest, not the most connected. He was just consistent. He kept going when it was cold, when it was painful, when it was lonely. Let me ask you something. What if your hardest moment is actually your turning point? What if the pain you feel today is preparing you for a stronger tomorrow? Daniel was homeless at 18, but he was not hopeless. There is a difference. Being broke is temporary. Giving up is permanent. So if you are struggling right now, if people doubt you, if your life feels stuck, remember this story. 10 years can change everything, but only if you refuse to stop. Your current situation is not your final destination, and maybe, just maybe, your CEO chapter is still waiting to begin.